Yo guys, what's up? So yesterday morning I uploaded my video on the Comedy Central situation, just trying to be as clear and concise as I could about what really went on, why I went and did it, etc., etc. And as I saw the comments start to roll in, the fallout ensue, I read them. And there were a lot of positive ones, people voicing their support and understanding, thank you very much. But there was also, as expected, a lot of shade thrown my way, negative feedback. Now, mind you, I'm very aware of the online troll paid accounts, but there seemed to be some well-intentioned people that were just confused or basing their opinions off some kind of false assumption and throwing some shade my way for it. So what this video is going to be is a response to the responses. Now, this isn't me being triggered. I've always been one that's very in control of my emotions. It's very easy for me to detach with what I see on the internet. But again, I just want this to be as clear and concise as possible. So no matter what Comedy Central decides to do with the material, or no matter what this person says or that person says, you can get it all straight from the source and understand my intentions behind everything. So there were 5 particular threads of thought that I saw. 5 things I kept seeing repeated over and over again that I'm going to address here. And number 1, I kept seeing people say, Jordan, they're just going to ridicule you. Don't you know that they're going to try to make you look like a fool? You're just going into enemy territory doing this. I kept seeing enemy territory. People keep saying that. And my answer to that is, well, obviously I do know that. You know, I'm not naive. I'm hopeful, but I'm not naive. And I'm fully aware that Comedy Central now has the opportunity to do whatever they want with this material. But that doesn't mean that we already know how they're going to do it, right? How they're going to go about it. So I'm hoping for the best and expecting the worst with this situation. Again, even if they do decide to edit this up to try and roast us and ridicule and rag on everything, what's that going to do? It's only going to backfire. So get that. And not only that, but they would have done this with or without me, right? So why not use this opportunity to go down there and explain Q articulately as best I can? And not only talk about Q, but you guys know me, I talk about so many other things as well. And I did talk about those things. I brought up pharmaceutical corruption. I brought up the Gerson therapy. I brought up MS. I brought up free energy. I brought up Antarctica, our cosmic lineage. I brought up the black projects. I brought up so many different things. So of course, I'm going to take this opportunity to go down there to hopefully red pill, awaken the 10 to 15 people that were in the room that day, but also get that on camera. And then Comedy Central can choose to do whatever they want with it and then deal with the consequences of their choice, right? So there's that. Number 2, I did it for money. Jordan did it for money. He sold out. And my answer to that is, FYI, I wasn't paid anything to do this. All they did was comp flights, rides, and a hotel. And like I said, I didn't even take the rides, and I didn't even stay at the hotel. I purchased a last-minute, small Hollywood apartment from a really adorable couple. And if anything, I actually paid money to go do this with less amenities than I would have had otherwise. But due to my morals, my standards, I don't want to give the Standard Hotel my business, nor do I want to be, just go into that situation where they have cameras everywhere, could have had somebody follow me at that place, whatever. It's just, I have morals. I don't want to spend my money on corrupted corporations, and that's how I live my life. I actually paid money to be there. And number 3, I did this to promote my brand. Jordan's just doing this for self-promotion. And my answer to that is, well, of course I am, right? I mean, anybody who is a public figure or author or speaker or, business owner, whatever the case is, lots of what they do is for promotion. I mean, how is my information, how is my work, my content going to get out there, going to affect the masses if I don't get it out to the masses, right? So yeah, you have to do promotion, but the question is what you are promoting substanceless or full of substance? Are you doing the promotion of your brand for your own self-interest, or is your brand actually serving others? Are you serving yourself or serving others, right? Very basic thing to ask when thinking about actions, service to self, service to others. And with the work I do, the content I make, I try to serve others as much as I can with health information, with understanding our greater reality, with understanding human potential, with understanding how the mind works, etc., etc. So no, well, yeah, I did it to promote my brand, but no, it's not for something that is not helpful. Number 4, he's got an ego. Jordan has a huge ego doing this. That's all it is, right? Well, a very deep answer to this one, and I'll try to keep it short and sweet here. But the funny thing about social media is that, I'm sure you understand this, but I just want to reiterate this from somebody who's now in the position behind the camera on the screen, is that you'll never get to know somebody 100% of the way. You'll never get to truly, deeply know somebody. You'll know a lot about me. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there know a whole lot about me, certain things about me that I've just put out over the last couple of years, but you never truly get to know me. And what's funny is that I actually come from a very introverted background, somebody who just didn't speak up when I was younger in various relationships and in situations, yada yada. I was a very introverted person, and one of the reasons that I did start this YouTube channel and go on this path was for my own self-discovery and to work on those shadows about myself. You see, through my awakening process, before I was ever even on the internet a few years ago, I was connecting with individuals on YouTube, and I was watching them go through their own self-discovery, self-individuation process as I was going through my own. Of course, I just wasn't on the internet, but I saw what happened to them. And then I was in that position a couple of years ago where I was like, wow, maybe I could just do this whole YouTube thing, and we'll see, A, how many people I can help, but B, how much I can help myself and what I can do with my own soul, my own ego, right? Because that's the thing about the ego, is that, we're going to get some philosophical talk here, is that everybody thinks they need to destroy their ego, they need to kill their ego, they need to get rid of it. We hear this reiterated over and over and over again. But with the ego, it's not something you kill. You need your ego. Your ego is what helps you understand this experience we're in. It's what helps you gauge the outside physical world. So your ego is a lens, and it's a lens you need to develop. And the problem is that people's egos are either underdeveloped or overdeveloped. They're either underinflated or overinflated, right? This is why, as you can see, I've been studying a lot of psychology lately. That's why psychoanalysis, fascinates me. I love to study Jung and Campbell and Moore and archetypes and these concepts. Learn a lot about yourself. But anyway, that's just me talking about this in general, at least in this particular instance of going down to Comedy Central. No, it wasn't for my ego. It was for the greater good, because hell, this could definitely be, there could be a lot of people out there that think I'm a nutball in a few weeks, right? But hey, I'm not concerned about that. We'll see what kind of challenge that makes. I'm always about challenges. I'm always about self-development, self-growth. So that's what I thought I could accomplish here. And the very last thing is number 5, is that Jordan does not represent me or represent the Q community. I saw a couple of people say that. And what I would say to that is, you are right. You are right. I do not represent anybody or any movement or any community but myself. I am the only thing that I represent. I have never once said that I represent anybody else or any movement or any community. So if you think I am, that's your own misconception that you're getting to your own head, right? My beliefs differ from a lot of people out there, not just on the mainstream, but even in the Q community itself. My beliefs differ from a lot of people there. And I don't hold, I understand that. I understand that we all come from different experiences, so we're going to have different ways we see things. But I am here for the greater good. And with the work I do, what I'm trying to do is create individuals, create people who are free thinking, free acting, sovereign human beings, right? I'm not doing this for movements or communities. I'm creating individuals who can go out there and put themselves into communities, but not be attached to those communities. You always, if you're familiar with my work and watch my videos, you know that I say that I'm very wary of labels. Well, and it's not that I'm wary of labels. Labels are helpful. Again, they're helpful to develop that ego, but we don't want to get too attached to those labels. We don't want to get attached to movements or attached to communities. It's great and it's necessary to be a part of them. It's necessary to connect with communities, but to get attached to them, I don't do that. And I'm not representing, like I said, anybody here but myself. That's my answer to that. So anyway, I hope this video clarified a few more things for you guys. No, I wasn't paying any money to do this. I'm not doing it for any kind of bullshit. The reason I'm doing this is to just help people wake up, help people self-actualize, help people find information that could liberate their mind, liberate their bodies, and become healthier, more whole, happier human beings. That's it for this one, guys. Peace out.